Sometimes it's just easier to see somebody walk you through something rather than figuring it all out yourself. So when you're on the RCAN Learns website, you're going to start on the welcome. There's some little triangles that you can click to close and open portions that you're not interested in. So for instance, you may want to just hide the 2014-15 pathway. Give it a little triangle a click. Everybody's going to start with Blogger. In the Acquire section of each area, there's a little background reading. Oftentimes I'll embed a video, and then you're going to make some meaning based on what you just learned and read. So as far as making meaning for the Blogger section, you're going to create your own Blogger blog and write a blog post. The transfer task always tells what the actual details are. You can use any blogging system you already have in place. You don't have to use Blogger, but if you've never created one before, Blogger might be the way you want to go. There's a little tutorial about creating an account in your first post. Another little video about how to enhance your posts with links, images, and citations. And finally, accessing your Blogger site and adjusting the layout. So in the transfer task, you're going to answer some of these questions. You aren't limited to these questions. You might want to add your own observations. But basically, I want to know, what are your thoughts on the video and the reading? Do you agree or disagree, and why? To what implications might this type of sharing have for students? What patterns might you incorporate this tool into your student learning or your process and your work patterns? And are there blog links that you can share from your students or yourself? Once you submit that blog post, you're going to log your progress. I usually have a link right within the transfer task to the log your process form, but it's also at the top of the screen, right here under welcome, log your progress. It's just a Google form, and you can check off the unit you completed. So Blogger is required first. There's a little scroll bar here to scroll through the Google form. What's the web address of your reflective post? So I'm going to open up a tab, and I'm going to go to my blogspot. So if this is my first post, my thoughts on blogging, I'm going to click on the link, and it's going to bring me to that page. On the right hand side in Blogger, there's links to all the blog posts you create. Once you have the post on the page, you're going to highlight the website address at the top of the screen, right click and copy that, and then in the log your progress section, you're going to right click and paste. Did you do the challenge activity, yes or no? In this case, the challenge activity is to leave a comment on somebody else's blog post. So if I want to try the challenge activity, I can quit out of this log your progress, go back to Blogger and see what that challenge is. So here the challenge is to read someone else's observation and reflect on the assignment and leave a comment on their post. All the posts that everybody writes are going to be on the inspiration board. Again, I usually have a link in the middle of the challenge, but if I don't have a link, you can always come up here to the inspiration board. Now, since I just created this website, you're going to notice that I have everybody's name in a list, but I'm the only one who's completed a task. So if you're one of the first people working on the Blogger, you're going to have to go to mine and read it and add your comment. After you read, you're going to click underneath to enter your comment, and you can comment through your Google account or some other option here. Now, when you were learning through the readings about bloggers, it talked a little bit about what makes a good comment. So you want to use what you learned to add your comment to somebody else's post. And the more people post their blogger entries, the more people you're going to have an opportunity to comment on. But what you want to basically do is read what the person writes in the blog and then talk about how you feel about their comments, what ideas you have. Do you have additional questions based on what they said? Or can you point them in a direction about something? So if somebody's questioning something and you have a great example to answer why something is or isn't a good idea, a different way to do something, you would post that in the comment and add that there. I can preview my comment. Okay, let's try again. This time I'm going to copy the entire thing. Just in case it gets lost, I'm going to preview. And there it is. It pulls this in because I'm logged into Blogger. And then hit publish, and it's going to be published underneath here. If I have the comments selected as needing moderation, you may not see it right away. And then once I moderate it, you'll be able to see my comment. So now, if I was going to log my progress, Blogger is the unit I just completed. I would go to my website and copy the website address and paste that in. Yes, I completed the challenge. And the next question is, who helped me learn or better understand an idea? So perhaps you talked to somebody at a summer workshop day. Perhaps you talked to somebody in your building. Maybe you talked to somebody online via a social media space. Maybe you talked to me. But what we're looking for is who in the Archdiocese of Newark, any tech integrator or teacher, helped you learn to better understand the idea. And so in my case, I would say Laura Pita helped me understand how she uses blogging with students. And this is just a great way for me to see how everybody are helping each other. Am I claiming a badge for work on this topic? Right now, there are no blogging badges. If you remember, in Aurora Wikispaces, the place that I keep all of my work, has a digital badges section. And so if you are working on Edmodo or internet search or student response, you might be claiming a badge. But no, I'm not for blogging. Your first and last name, your school name, your school town, your county, the best email to reach you, and any comments on this work that you didn't want to post on the blog. So you might say, I would really like to have a teacher who is blogging currently with students speak to the group. And then once I hit submit, that's going to come to my Google account, and what I'll be doing is I'll be posting to this inspiration board just the way that I did for myself. So I would click complete and I would add a link to your blog post. And the more that people post, the more options we're going to have to comment on each other. There's also a link here to the badges, and again, that just kind of takes you directly to that web page I showed you on Ann Rowe Teaches.